which is skirt and blouse, with 16,231. 16,231, whilst the NPP won the parliamentary with 15,651. So that makes it skirt and blouse, right?
Okay. So we'll move straight to the Upper East region. We have a total of 1, which is the Napdam.
Napdam.
Yeah. And then to the final and not the least, we have the Upper West. A total of 3, which is the Lamboasi, Karni, and then the Nandom, and then Sisala East.
Okay.
Yeah, so with this, I think that is all we have for now.
Right, so I know you were also working on those areas where, if you can help with exactly what it was.
Slight winds.
Yes, where there were slight winds.
Yeah.
If you can give us those particular figures.
Yeah, so I would like to start with the NDC.
Okay.
And then we have their constituency and then their vote difference.
Okay.
So we have Sechere Afram Plains.
So that the NDC won?
Yes.
With how many vote difference?
With 156 votes.
Wow, that's very minimal.
Yes. Yes, and still counting.
Okay.
We can't just end with that. So we have a constituency, which is the Ayen Swano, with 241 votes.
Okay.
And also the Swaman, we have 414.
I see.
And also we have Krachi West. Do you know there? Or if you only heard?
I've heard of Krachi West. I've never been to Krachi West.
Because I don't know there myself.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Will you take me there?
I should one of these days.
Yes, it's very necessary. So we have 496 votes.
Okay.
Yes, and also to the Krachi.
But I think 496 is almost in the 500s.
Yes.
That's half a thousand.
Almost, yeah.
That's the minimum, but still well per the discretion of those looking at data. So
yeah. And also to the Ejura. Ejura too, we have 547. And also to Akwetia, also we have 1157, sorry.
Okay.
And then finally to the Cape Coast North, we have 1329.
Okay.
Yes, so that's only for the NDC for now. So moving to the NPP, we have a constituency like Lamboasi, Kani. We have 630 votes. And also the Pandai, we have 743 votes. The Sisala East, we have 872 votes.
Okay.
And also the Birekum West, we have 949. And also the Salaga North, we have 959.
I see.
Yes. And then to Kintampo South, we have 1035.
Okay.
And finally to the Offenso North, we have a total of 1341 votes. Yes, so that's all for the NPP.
Right, so thanks, Alberta. Alberta just gave us the insight how it stands with regards to places where parliamentarians won by slight margins. There was a time when an MP won by 3 votes. That is Tema East, where Titus Glover had been MP for the past years. Now, he has been ousted by his main rival from the NDC. He will not be returning to Parliament, so we hear, not certified though. But here we have some MPs also winning by some 150, some 1,000 plus, and those are and have been considered as slight. Thanks a lot for their update. We're sure when the figures keep change, you would come our way with more.
Sure.
Right. Thanks a lot. That was our correspondent, my colleague Alberta Opoku, bringing us figures with regards to where MPs have won with slight margins across the country. Counting is ongoing. The regional officers are waiting for results, so they also forward them to the National Electoral Commission office, the strong room, where the entire process will come to its finality. The conclusion would give birth to the Electoral Commissioner announcing or in her role as the National Returning Officer for the presidential elections, who has won. Their projections all over, but we are projecting 51. Okay, I promise to give I don't want to give it off head. I'll get from the team and then give you the figures as they stand when we come back from this short break.
Maraba numero for Abaza TV Bulemuto. Atini entire full Jima Crifish in the Brogoto, entire for Crifish in the Brogoto. Member for Aboya Nation and newspapers, Nabatram newspaper headlines. Ba the neighbor barre, Mana delicate Bemalga, common graphic, call Abrafo, Mana Ganan Times Cabrafo, Mana delicate Cabrafo, intubation na, Uncode, and Lefibashina, Kerushabashina, I never been led by Boyare, Atini entire full Jima Crifish in the Brogoto, entire for Crifish in the Brogoto. Mayor Fipe, I never for Bumfana, I never for Salaga, and Brother for Bupi, I for Daboya, Yebrubare. Nin Ghana, Nin Banya, and you initiative. I'm so Jande at an entire foliage, my Crifish and Brogoto, Taff Crifish and Brogoto, member of Labour Boyer. I'm so Jande Ba and Bachato, and Ghana and Banya, are you initiative. A Fenton Taffel Lacal, Fenton Taffel Shira, and Badanga so, a member Tangram from Safo, never call on telephone, never call WhatsApp Namara, Fenton Sanya WhatsApp on Facebook now, on YouTube now, I'm a Kenyan member of Labour Barre. I'm so Ba and Yebrubare, and Palmon so Ghana and Banya, they got the initiative.
One loving, one loving, one loving, one loving, one love, one love, one loving, one loving, one loving, one song, yeah. Say I come from the south side and you come from the north side. Just know there's no division. We are one people, one aim, one vision. Whether you come from the western side, central or eastern side, no say together we're stronger as a nation. Mother Kade, Mother Blow, Banade, Vovo Toto, Lanyek Blow, do my Akade. Me the call, we say peace, we know war. Looking at me face, my brother, do you war? We say peace, so we know war. Looking at me face, my sister, do you war? No way, no. One people, one nation. One people, one nation. One people, one nation. No way, no. One people, one nation. One people, one nation. One people, one nation. King promise, hey. Echo me femo, come together as one. Walk a small song, she die. Yeah, yeah. Echo me femo, nigga na mane wono. So my brother and my sister, oh tell them make we live in peace. One people, one nation. 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 Goddamn. Police is uncle, trouble is uncle. I came to Talling, you cello tale. Opila tablet, when you pin me goalie. The corner to go to the Zale. Malakalai. This house of long over yellow slave. The tell you some long value life. LPP and DC to the sea. One people, one nation. 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 Nipa bakone, yeni baby agana nese. Inga tofu so my enda. Where you go there, I'm running and back. Peace and unity, baby, they want on any party. Share a parent of God,
I don't want to war. For the country to prosper, we are all involved. For the next generation, we must stand tall. You're my brother, my sister, and I love you. We are
one people, one nation. 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 One people, one nation.
Are you ready? Say, and you the politicians where your parties are. When it's time to party, then they put aside the parties are. Wrap this around your head, you know be Taliban. Cold war, so dead body when send a cardigan. Cinnamon preach, no violence, love and the unity, peace, free and fair election, missing P. T. Bresso ape, but call the millipi. Koto wabana koufi, koga pe wubi.
One people, one nation.
Yeah,
one people, one nation. One people, one nation.
Hey, the yellows are in the bastard, the boy, you the tobacco, so the bataba. It's about time, Ghana got the zappa, you the taba. The yellow one nation, so we for come together. That can party, can get together. They cannot together, massa, we go grow together. Hey, Satan must go, Ghana must grow. The woman tap laugh, massa, the two year blues. Give my kayama.
One nation, one people, one nation. 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 Dark to fight, yeah. Get by the crack, get the shon crack. Inyemi jibo e clear, inyemi jibo fighter. Meti go me musa, ni fio tu monoko ko eko. Nde wo fe yo wa de boji wo. Gbọmọ ngan shi agbe elo. One people, one nation. 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 One people, one nation.
Ghana view to call the Kakwele Miasi, Mayana Wuti Fafa, the Kawo, Lono, Plenugo Mafefe. Now,
Maba Wuti Fafa, the Kawo, Nano Miatuma, Wunya, Plewo, Netada,
the whole
my band will take a father, cow, then I'm your woman. Wunya, Claw, Never gonna the Kakwele Miasi. Yata Miaba. Any peace, no war, one nation.
It's never got no Miato. None of you Ghana at all. Ghana musician, Bemi Cholo Lononi, me or the car, Namia Konuti Fafada. Akodada, Nanya, Mutani de was soon about Alakasa Gama watching. Bafo the Hutu, Rachi Buala set Malawi. Kajemi, Oshiki phone, Kobe, she won't twin your left. So do. Munye, Liberia. Sierra Leone, Angola, Rwanda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Sudan, Ivory Coast, Okomofra, Namibia, Okomofra,
Anyan tokwasam party asemi anyamanso
Banki mun tokwa amo mai bisuwa dishie akoyankwa ubi cross
oh hi party mun tokwa amo di baba akoda baby basa
Ghana mai aye bejania kotogo ana
baby oh the
Ivory Coast Burkina Faso na say Ghana yetraudo
adona
ya somia ye yes
Ghana mai wana yewa
Kabina mi kabiyama mwe Eya jechira eti sabato beduswa Fako probote kasa na yasikai Mary Manima, Penny Mofro, get you job for Sunday morning. Go, I would disagree, feel it day. Now you free woman talk about it, and be the
Still on break up. Oh God. Hey, a Grobian cat. So my you betting kunima. I can't anima. Nejnan kabom so. Enyeno. Warriors. Sen kabom so be juma. Achi say ye hunu say party A, party B. Yenyina e Ghana for. Abatuwe. Yentu no domo. So yenye. Mama yense no.
Any penny mudicho. Ebi any betuma. Ebi roke o mom weds. Ghana jiwuli. Ghana jimini. Any bell on a kwawe. Any bell on a kwawe. Ni bell on a kwawe. Ghana jiwuli.
Saya kuntakwa Echira wajina mitra Wajincha saya ya tamfo Sobi wapati bini pati Echa saya ya tamfo Umaye nina mo Yatina wadon ya sunjiemu Nakana funny to my pefra Nera ya dumti Gana man ebeye yo
Wabe manko ya yekupala Jagana fe, time of only one for your letter. Yeah, what can be share? Get a come femo. I have for Shikine, Koni Wabu, Jolly, one and a faba. Daketa Ghana, yet drowned on Nasovia. Yes,
and Manti and Mabawa, Mummy Masuna Muntia power. So many be and talk. Mini women who have the power. So let's keep the peace, no party beef. One to one say you so go chromati. Divided we fall, united we stand. God bless
yeah. Me want on my guarantee, Miss Travel Papa, my infant to Tata. I have to get a fata timunya in Tokwana Munya, fata from my instrument. Yakuya, I will sell you. Rockstar.
Yamfatu mwasia ado Enkotu abeyo Somanube ya Yamfajina My born to be
Abana ya batunya tokwa Yesoma ya ina ebeda Mama ya nodo ya Ghana be Yawasunje Mayensano About 20 Urusaya diarea Jenny way Trinuma Sika Chifa Shiamba Intimu Mayano
Yenye baby arako Yenzanye Ghana Iti wama yamfodo Asumudri entu wabeya Nekeyo mine gokwe none Keje na motu muja bomolo Keo nye mikweni ngasayo Moye nyuke masi Moye Nigeria Wabe frene jamasane batowo Yekwane wafo wahe Semo hunke hanwose
Inti ya
Passaway Yentu no domo
Ghana.
Say yes, any J and Odom to Palco, as some people are. A busy Odo Isabel. And quite young, woman and to Toyana.
Shall be one with Ghana.
Ghana, your beloved country is free forever. Peace on the epic. Peace on the epic. Peace on the epic.
Peace on the epic.
Ghana Guda.
Peace on the epic. Peace on the epic.
Ghana
This election on the war, peace on the epic. Peace on the epic. Vigilantes and museum pet, peace on the epic. Peace on the epic. About to Mokrono, the SRS and the Yampet. Stars and the Yampet. Election, the Epena soon, Jim, peace on the epic. Peace on the epic. But we only get one Ghana. Go to it. Or your man come with one Ghana. Go to it. Think Ghana first, don't follow manifest. We all want success from other Ghana. Go to it. See, we only get one Ghana. Go to it. Or your man come with one Ghana. Go to it. Think Ghana first, don't follow manifest. We all want success from other Ghana. Go to it. Vigilantes in Norway. No way. Yeah, the Basa Basa Beba, no way. No way. Yeah, the Kasa Kasa Beba, no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. Vigilantes in Norway. No way. Yeah, the Basa Basa Beba, no way. No way. Yeah, the Kasa Kasa Beba, no way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. A word to the wise is enough. In the south, walk to Abami, no Jama BB how. Bra, vote only once. Walk to Abami. I'm buying so much. Who fair be foul. We a peace song, Mama Yen from Waba. And Shapa t-shirt, the Yanko to Aba. And Joe Binny card and song to Aba. When the ATM could deny Munko to Aba. This tune is all about election, no. Vote for peace and your bribe, no. So, man, be we and your party, no. You nipa baku and find one of party, no. I make I more, maybe you don't really know. No, you Ghana, me, Ghana baku po. You know what you bribe got to Aba, when I kai who is a Ghana and you nipa baku po. Yelly preach peace, vote for peace, man, stand at peace, pay attention to this belief. Police, don't entertain politics in your line of duty. Peace is all we need. This election on the wall, peace on the epe. Peace on the epe. Vigilantes and museum pet, peace on the epe. Peace on the epe. About to Mokrono, the SRS and the Yampet. Stars and the Yampet. Election, the epe, soon Jim, peace on the epe.
Right, welcome back. I promised to give you the figures as we have collated. And again, this is from 175 centers or constituencies, sorry, out of 275. So 100 more to go from here, and we are having 51.2% going the way of the incumbent president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, whilst John Dramani Mahama, his number one contender, is pulling 47.6%. Now the votes in give the incumbent president 3,624,520. That is what goes the way of the incumbent NPP, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, whilst John Dramani Mahama of the NDC has 3,340,265. Those are the votes going the way of the NDC. Yeah, so like I said earlier, we're looking at issues surrounding the elections, etc., etc. Kodeo's work so far, the observations, their reports. We're looking at that. But before that, we have in the studio my colleague Barbara Apena. Barbara.
Hi, Nete.
Barbara, what do you have for us?
So we are looking at John Dumelo's loss.
Okay.
That's the Ayawasu West constituency, West Wugon constituency. His loss to Madam Al-Hassan. And honestly, it hasn't been an easy battle. That was from the whole of last night. Everybody has been on the look, making sure that nobody
does anything untoward.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, from the whole social media, you know, the feedback that is coming from social media, it hasn't been easy on the side of John Dumelo, Charlie. The man has really been trolled from
What do you expect?
I mean, videos go, you know, trending on social media, people making all funny comments, you know, editing these funny videos and joining them to some of the statements that Dumelo made during the campaign season. I mean, it wasn't easy, Charlie. You see, I saw a video where Dumelo was, you know, looking at the counting, how the counting was going on, Charlie. The way Opanas.
Yeah, I think I've seen that video. He was pacing up and down, and someone was trying to give him hard, and
it's like he was waiting for a miracle to happen.
I tell you, his hands were behind him, like pardon me, but well, my session, like a World War II general inspecting parade.
I must say, it really hasn't been easy at all for him, and then trying to accept the fact that Charlie, he has failed. But, and then I also realized that the difference between, you know, his results and that of Madam Al-Hassan, I would say that Dumelo has really gotten far, because usually in the Ayawaso West Wuogon, that particular constituency, it is not very common for you to see the NDC pulling, pulling such figures. You know, usually they don't even get to half that number. But for him to be able to get to that number and to have that difference.
You know the dynamics. People have asserted that. You see, recently there were some people who moved from cantonments, a place called Kufuor, another place called, I've forgotten the name, but towards the eastern side, if you're facing south, towards the western side of St. Thomas Aquinas School. Now, people living in those areas, squatters, a large number of them, were asked to leave by Ladma. Most of these people moved all the way to the boundaries of Ladma. Yeah, Kumoji. That is, it's Kumoji. Yeah, so yes, they moved from that particular area to where you know, some parts of the Ayawaso West Wuogon. Now, the majority of these people felt let down by the government, the sitting government. So the inclination for them to vote for the NDC was huge. That is what people are saying, or some posters are saying. In fact, I take that same position. It did inform the choice, because if you look at the statistics from the what do you call it, the district assembly elections, it spoke volumes. Persons whom we knew were aligned to the NDC, these candidates, they were also making inroads. Previously, they wouldn't make such, you know, gains, but in such areas they were making inroads, and it was interesting how the dynamics had changed all of a sudden. And like you're saying, yes, he has made such figures, and it is due to the fact that people who were, or squatters were moved from Kumoji and cantonment, you know, migrated, so to say, yes, to that particular area. Exactly.
I would say also, you know, it seems like this time around, Dumelo as a person has a huge number of followers from the youth side. You get it? So I was also thinking that most, you know, some people were also assuming that a lot of the votes were coming from that side, that most of the votes that he had would be from a couple of the students and then, you know, the young people in that area, because how do I say it? A lot of people are proud about the fact that a young person is also trying to stand in, you know, to represent that particular area in Parliament. So a lot of, you know, support came in from there, from young, especially actually this year in particular, the large number of people that increased the voting, how do I call it? The voting population, where the youth, that the age from 18 years to 35 thereabouts, that was a majority of the whole voting population. So looking at the number as well that is also coming in for him, I would say that, I mean, Dumelo has tried. Aside that it is, I would say it's your first time, you get it, and you shouldn't really have expectations. That is politics for you. Do you get it? And the fact that you've been able to get this far, or you've been able to reach this point, that should tell you that next time the people have some sort of trust in you. Do you get? They have some faith that you can do something. Or do you get it?
Let me put two other dimensions, dynamics to bear. One has to do with University of Ghana, Lagos, and some other you know, tertiary institutions within the catchment area of the constituency there. You know, if you go to the tertiary chapters that belong to the NPP fraternity, the huge chunk of them have their patron to be Madame Lady Al-Hassan. She was their patron even before she became PC. You know why? I had served her late husband whilst working in Parliament. I'd served him by preparing some documents, from the archive, because that's where I was working, and I got to know from his PAs, etc., that his backbone in his service as MP was this lady, Madame Al-Hassan Lydia. That's why, of course, we were told he had not just one wife but two. But the choice fell on her because she had been, and she was not the face, but the backbone of the man when he was, that is, Honorable Emmanuel Ejaku, who was late to her some a year ago, you see. So the lady now coming to the fore, it wasn't that difficult it wouldn't have been difficult for her. And people have said that even in the by-elections, if it was keenly contested, if the NDC had not relinquished, as they did, halfway into the elections, she would still have won. But of course, who knows? It didn't go that way. If the NDC had also been in it, in it for a proper race, maybe they also had won, because we know that the doctor who they failed had been on a ticket of the NDC before, so he was a known face and he could have done magic. But of course, they pulled out. But that notwithstanding, the lady was working in the background, so she was going to the homes of people already before she contested even the by-elections. She was going to the homes of people, campaigning for her husband. She was meeting youth groups, campaigning for her husband, and we know that her background, financial, her home, was that staunch and could support the activities of canvassing for votes. So she had been on the ground prior to her by-election days and this 2020 elections that is sending her back to Parliament. People have also said that the treatment she received from parliamentarians on the opposition aisle, minority aisle, when she was elected into Parliament, calling her names, bloody widow, it seemed a bit, over and above, quite so inhuman. People have, said that also attributed to the fact that she became quite more popular, despite the fact that more women have received, or there's been more attrition rate when it comes to women in Parliament. Many women have lost their seats. Many women have lost, like, well, the constituencies are not coming immediately to mind, but indeed, some of these are the reasons, and next time we'll be discussing. We'll be discussing, the psychologies and the other, factors that inform voters. Many of times, Parliament, politicians will not take that in cognizance. They'll just see them as non-entities. But in fact, it does inform voters when they're making their choice.
Ghanaians actually, once they give you the chance, or once they give you the opportunity to prove what you can do, and they feel that you haven't been able to account to them, within the next possible voting time, they will just kick you out. You get it? That is how it has been. So once they get to know that this person, has been able to do something, or this person is not proven active as a member of Parliament or as an MP in their area or in that particular constituency, then they take a decision to want to move the person out, or to replace you with someone who they feel can do the job. Sometimes it's not necessarily meaning that maybe they like your party or they like the individual, but sometimes it could be that, how do I say it? They just want to give a chance to someone else. There are certain situations whereby, looking at Namale's time like this, I realized that, or most people were saying that it is not really about the fact that probably he's standing against the MPP, but also because people were tired of him.
Very true.
When Ghanaians feel that they've had too much of you and they're not really seeing anything different. Sometimes, even if you've really had the seat for quite a long period and you are doing something, it doesn't really matter to Ghanaians. So far as they feel that you've been on par for so long, you have to go for someone else to come. Do you get? So that is how the whole thing has been. And also considering the fact that, you know, that particular constituency is an MPP
It is
stronghold.
an MPP stronghold.
Chale, you shouldn't really expect too much because it is hardly. How many years now since the NDC were able to take charge of that particular constituency? So you should be, you know, proud of yourself that at least you've been able to make a move, or you've been able to reach this extent.
Aside John Dumelo, the Ghana Union Movement's founder and presidential candidate, the person of Reverend Dr. Christian Kwabena Andrews, has also been trolled enormously. Quite offendedly, being a man of God, people would expect, you know, would have expected, you know, some mercy on him in these regards. But I've seen some, well, quite a number of such trolls. One saying that, so let me paraphrase. It was saying something to the effect that, so after all the Kwame Nkrumah videos I showed,
that's Goom, right?
Goom, yes. After all the Kwame Nkrumah videos he showed, Ghanaians didn't vote for him.
Is that, do you know how much
I
bought those CDs?
One CD of Kwame Nkrumah, do you know how much it cost? One CD, one video. About most of those videos are on YouTube.
What makes you think that
I have
people
a friend
watch?
called Makinde. He's a Nigerian, but not based in Nigeria. Such video archives, you can get them at British Party. They have lots of videos that will make you wish you were born in those days, because you see things that happen. If you are a history buff like myself, yes, you love to see such videos. But what do you make? What do you make of the Goom Party and the figures they are getting? People
honestly,
has he met your expectations?
Not on my side, because I don't understand why you know, people feel that once they come into the society, they do a couple of things, or they turn themselves into some sort of motivational speakers for a while, and then they try telling Ghanaians that this could have been this way and this wasn't that way, and all. That is how they all talk. Do you get it? But once you come and sit into just give them few seconds into the seat, and then you realize that they even forget all about the nice things that they were trying to feed the people with. Do you get me? So I'm not really surprised with the results that are coming. Like, it seems like it's just a joke. Do you get it? Because look at the church that you have, look at the congregation. So if you are having these numbers as a man of God, it should tell you that even your church members are not being truthful to you. Yes. They are not being truthful to you.
But nobody will vote for you because of alliance or allegiance to your church. It is because
most
of your policies.
Most of the time, that is what they think.
Yes,
you get
your
they
policies.
feel that,
so GN Bank is a bank which belongs to the PPP, one-time PPP presidential candidate. Not all his staff would vote for him because they would not be inclined to his political ideas.
Sure.
So definitely, we don't have it like that.
But sometimes that is what they, especially with this men of God, these pastors and all that, they feel that it's a matter of the crowd. Nah, it is not a matter. It's got nothing to do with crowd. Because look at 2016.
The crowd is the affordable, so that is they think it translates into votes. But
no, it doesn't work that way.
Barbara will come our way again with more trolls. People who are falling and the kind of trolls they are receiving on social media. She'll be doing that with the other colleagues. And Anama will be joining her, Frimpuma will be joining her to bring us more trolls that are making waves. So stay tuned if you want to have a good laugh, just to ease the tension before the national or the presidential returning officer, Madam Jean Adukwe-Mensah, reports to the country what our voice has been. Stay tuned for more here on ZTV, the station that makes you feel the real difference.
Are you disappointed in not gaining admission to the university? Are you interested in gaining the necessary skills for your career? Are you interested in gaining international certifications after the end of your program? Then Porter's International College is the right place for you. Porter's offers 6 to 12 month programs in entrepreneurship, business, hospitality, marketing, and IT. At the end of your program, You have the option to transfer your academic credits abroad or be gainfully employed. Porter's International College gives easy process and admission to schools in the USA, UK, Canada, and China. For more information, call us on 0244 271 978.
World is dying.
Interesting.
That's mental.
Together we will cleanse the earth to the strongest.